Hello everyone. Today we are having with us a dynamic personality and managing director of Ramesh Sippy Academy of Cinema and Entertainment. Let me give you a brief introduction of us. She has worked in many famous TV shows and films like Bunyad, Mahabharat, and also in Jab We Met. And also, she is best known as playing a role of Ganga in Mahabharat, and she has also played a role of Viravali in Bunyad. She has made some films as a director and also made some documentaries for Doordarshan. And so, ma'am, along with the acting and this producing part, how do you manage to work as a managing director of Ramesh Sippy Academy of Cinema and Entertainment?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here today on this interview for College Dunya. Um, the academy that we run is really to do with films, with cinema and entertainment. And since I've been an actor, not only just an actor, I've been a producer, I've been a writer, I've acted, and I have been on the edit. I've been on practically every aspect of filmmaking since we have our own production house. So my experience in the field has been vast, as in all areas. So therefore, it was very easy for me to really become the MD of this academy, because since I have knowledge of every area, I can actually oversee all the problems, and understand the course and see what is happening in the academy all the time. So it was a very easy transition for me. It didn't really take too much effort or knowledge or reading or whatever you might call it.
Very nice, man. And this leads to me to another question. What are your thoughts about the education system of India?
My thoughts about education system of India.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are teaching our students very well, because if we weren't, all the students who have grown up and gone abroad and taken up jobs and stayed there, and we the Indians are there in every field all over the world, whether it may be IT, may it be entertainment, may it be any other field, and they have done extremely well for themselves, which just goes to show that our education system is good, and we do teach. I think we over teach our students, if you really ask me. Classes here are very hard. We do believe in a lot of theory, not in our courses, because we are 70%, 70 to 75% practical and only 25% theory, because our field is such. But by and large, what I'm saying is, in Indian system, we teach our students a lot. We really pack in a lot into the courses. So when they go out, they have really got a lot of knowledge, theoretical as well as practical, and which they apply when they actually go and get their jobs. So what better proof than Indians doing well in every field all over the world?
Very nice, man. Very nice. And a next question to you is: tell me something about your institute, and what is the best part of your institute, which is different from other institutes?
So the best part I already just shared with you: 75% practical, 25% theory, which means the students get to handle cameras, they get to shoot, they get to go out and visit the studios, they get to go to Film City and act in their first year itself, go and see actually how the shooting is done. We have master classes all year round, which means they get to know, get to meet, get to interact with a lot of the celebrities and well-known personalities of our film world. We had Anurag just recently with us, Anurag Basu, who came and interacted with the students during the lockdown period, and of course many others. I don't want to go into that, but we have personalities from the film industry coming all the time. And don't forget that this course has been curated. And of course, the chairman is Mr. Ramesh Sippy, and who doesn't know Mr. Sippy with his films like Sholay. So somebody with that kind of knowledge, that kind of experience in the film industry, actually overseeing, the course and seeing, curating it, and also interacting with the students. So Mr. CP personally comes and interacts with every batch when they are going to be doing their end semester project. So he actually sits with them, gives them his thoughts on the project, and discusses it further with them. So they are actually, every student is being mentored by Mr. Sippy himself, and in every semester. It's a huge learning for anybody who comes and joins the academy. And don't forget, we are tied up with Mumbai University, which means the students walk out with the validation of their graduation with a certificate from Mumbai University, which obviously is recognized internationally, which means with this certification, the students can go anywhere in the world, and if they show this certificate, it is valid, they will be accepted.
Very nice one. And next question to you is, what are your thoughts about the youth of our country, India?
Well, the youth is the students of our country, really. Um, the students, the only thing is that, we need to adapt our way of education, keeping in mind the young generation. Today's generation is not like our times, where we would sit and listen to a lecture for 3 hours and very patiently understand. Today, it's a social, it's the students are more interactive on the net rather than personally. They see so much of web series, television, cinema. They are so much exposed to all this. So we really have to. So it's not about the youth I want to talk about. It's about us, who need to adapt to the youth of today. So we need to change our system of teaching, of getting across to them. We need to be more interactive with them. No longer can we treat them as children. We need to treat them as adults. We need to treat them as equals. And we need to interact with them. We need to respect their opinions, what they say and what they think, and it's got to be really a give and take kind of a relationship with the youth of today. No longer can your mother just say, sit, and you will sit, The question will be why. and you will have to explain to them. Having said that, honestly, I feel that if you can explain to the students, to the youth of today, they are very bright, they're very intelligent. If you can explain to them the reason of why you want a certain thing done a certain way, and they accept it and understand it, they are with you totally, and they will give their best, which is, I think, fantastic.
Exactly. Very nice. And next question to you is, which are the key changes you have done in your institute for a better outcome?
The key changes, I would say, is we've updated the course every 6 months, every year, in the sense of we do not change the course. The curriculum is the same, but we have updated it in the sense we brought in younger directors, younger producers, younger music directors into the focus. Because today's students are so much younger, and they need to understand today's makers, today's writers. Yes, yesterday's also, which we do teach them as a part of history, as a part of masters, of cinema. And but on the other hand, we do talk a lot about today's directors, today's writers, today's producers, recent directors, recent producers, recent films. We show them a lot of recent films also. So we just have to keep moving with the times and keep moving with the times, and innovating and bringing in new latest. For instance, web series. It's so important today to teach them how to write, how to pitch, how to present, how to direct a web series, where the language is a little different from television, a little different from cinema, but it's a new medium, and it's a medium that today's student must learn, because that's what he's going to go out, and that's a very important area that he may be working in. So you need to incorporate that into your course. So similarly, many other, sounds, Background music has changed a lot. So many things have become technical and electronically controlled, you know. So all that has to be brought in and taught to the students.
Very nice. And next question to you is, what are the main challenges for education system in current scenario?
Well, the challenge is that the courses have been obviously all courses have been written for physical classes, and now you're adapting them to online classes, which is a big challenge in itself, because uh, for instance, our courses are practical more and theory less. So it's very difficult. How do you do a practical in class? How do you kind of interact with them? How do you do a virtual thing? So all those adaptabilities have to come, and it takes time. And the thing is, it happened so suddenly that nobody was prepared for it. You see, I mean, suppose the system, suppose it was announced by the government, say hypothetically, okay, from next year, after 6 months, everybody will have to do 50% of the classes online. Suppose. Then everybody would have had those 6 months to prepare, to learn, to teach, to get the technology advanced. But this was an overnight thing that happened, and to adapt to it, to understand it, we went online with our students within 1 week of the lockdown, because we were very worried that they will not be able to finish their course, then how will they give their exams on time, etc., etc., etc. So we were online within a week. But there were challenges. They did go smoothly, but the challenge was how to convert practical into theory, and how to convert theory into a little bit of practical, how to do a little bit of practical online, how what ways are there, it is you have to be very innovative. So those are the challenges of today's time, and to generate interest in students who are sitting on their laptop or a phone and listening and trying to interact, through that medium and study. So to hold their attention, to keep them engaged, to make them learn, is a challenge.
Exactly, ma'am. And how do you overcome these challenges? Can you say something about it?
Well, I already said one is trying, and every day one is learning, and every day one is changing, and we are adapting. So we are trying to see various ways how we can do it. We have succeeded a little. We will carry on succeeding a little. It's not an overnight process. But a few of the good things that we did during the lockdown was that we started every Tuesday. We had from 11:30 to 12:30 till October. We had. A kind of on Facebook and on Insta, we had a 1 hour of free workshop, which was open to anybody, not just our students. Anybody who wanted to actually come and understand filmmaking, understand various aspects of filmmaking. So it was a little bit of knowledge giving, a little bit of also career counseling. Because the youth of today really are sometimes very confused as to what they really want to do. So for them to understand what is editing actually, what is the difference between being a director and a producer. When you say a filmmaker, what does a filmmaker mean? What are the definite roles, and at what stage what comes? What is the kind of commitment required? How do you become a writer? What are the essential areas you need to know? So there's so many areas. So to make them actually understand a little bit, give them an overview about not just our courses. We even did some of the workshops that we did were about areas that we don't even have our courses in. For instance, we have editing course. It's a very small course. It's just a 3 months course. We don't have a long course in editing, but we did editing. We did cinematography, which we don't have as in our college as a course. So we didn't just restrict it to those courses that we have. It was a general knowledge kind of a thing which we were talking about, the various courses that are available, and for people to understand what they're all about.
Very nice. And next question to you is, ma'am, what are the extra activities done by your institute?
So extra activities is, like I said, well, it's a part of our course. So I don't know whether to call them extra or not. We do take our students to the various studios around in Mumbai. We take them to like Jahangir Art Gallery. We would take them to places which have art, which have craft. We will send them to some fairs which are to do with art and craft. We also we send them to film festivals. So we have a tie up with Mami. So every year the students go and attend the film festival, and they get to see a lot of films, interact with international directors, producers, everybody who's there, who has come for Mami. They Last year we sent our students to Goa, and they attended the IFFI, the International Indian Festival organized by the government. So we are constantly taking them to these kind of trips where they learn a bit. Also, it's like a picnic also for them. They get to interact with the people from the industry, one on one, and they learn. They have been going to FICCI frames every year. They go and attend. So our activities and things we do are a learning process, but at the same time quite engaging, entertaining, because they're watching a lot of movies, they're meeting people, they're interacting with them, they're interviewing them. In FICCI last year, some of the students were actually handling the day-to-day interviews that were happening there and interviewing celebrities and all. So they learned the art of how to interview people and how to shoot it. So those are the kind of curricular activities that we do.
Very nice, sir. And it was the last question from my side. Do you want to convey any message to our viewers?
The only thing is that you need to be clear in life what you want to do, which is the most difficult part also. Because you land up wasting a lot of time going in the wrong areas. I mean, if you want to get to a place, if I want to go to Taj, and if there are 5 ways to go to Taj, I need to decide which is the shortest way and which is the correct way to go. If I'm going to take the wrong streets, I'm going to land up somewhere else. So similarly, it's the same about your life, about your career, about your needs, desires, whatever. So I think most important is to know and be clear about what you want in life. And once you've decided on that, just go for it, and nobody can stop you.